Veliki pozdrav i dobrodošli u novo izdanje emisije Oni vole Srbiju. Kao što vidite, nalazimo se kod hrama Svetog Save i ovdje ćemo se naći sa fudbalerom Crvene zvezde Markom Stamenićem. Marko Stamenić je istakao više puta da je angažman u Crvenoj zvezdi velika prilika za njega, ali pored toga je i način da se poveže sa svojim srpskim korenjima. Idemo da upoznamo Marka i da čujemo njegovu priču.
Firminho? Ne bre, to je Soldado.
Saldanha seco. Mateus Saldanha.
Registrujte se i mi vam poklanjem 11 puta po 2000 dinara. Plus svaki dan free spinovi, a utorkom loyalty cashback.
Nes uz lova. Majke mi.
Marko, welcome. Dobrodošao.
Hvala.
So we are nema na čemu. How are you doing? You good?
I'm good, thank you.
Good. I'm glad. And we're meeting here in the park of close to Sava Church, which is one of the symbols of Belgrade. And actually, yesterday was very crowded over here because it was Easter.
Yes.
Did you celebrate Easter with your family?
Yeah, we had a little celebration. We cracked the eggs on top of each other.
One.
Well, I did that with my internal family here in Belgrade.
Okay.
But my family, my close relatives, mum, dad, sister, are still in New Zealand. So I had a phone call with them and said Happy Easter and wished them all the best. And yeah, that's how I celebrated Easter.
Okay. You were born in a multicultural family because your mom is from Samoa, from the beautiful island of Samoa. Your dad is from Novi Sad, so it's a multicultural environment, right? In your family, we're celebrating a lot of things. What's your favorite celebration?
Oh, I enjoy them all because, you know, the big occasions like Easter and Christmas, they give us an excuse to come together as a big family and celebrate all as one. So I really enjoy Easter and Christmas, those two in particular.
Okay. Do you miss home a little bit? So
yeah, of course, yeah. No, I miss home, but I think, you know, Serbia is like my second home. It runs in my blood as well, so I feel really comfortable here and I have family and really good friends now. So I do miss home, but I feel like this is my second home.
It's very nice to hear because you said many times that playing here is a way to reconnect to your roots. And now after a couple of months that you've been living here, do you feel this country closer to you?
Yeah, for sure. I'm trying to indulge everything in its whole, the food, the culture, the language. I wasn't able to learn it from a young age, but I'm trying to take classes now and just embrace everything as its whole and, how, like you said, reconnect with my roots. So with the short period of time that I've been here, I'm loving it.
Okay. I saw the pictures of your mom. You look a lot. You look like your mom a lot, actually, because I was doing a little research, and while I was researching, I discovered that football was not actually your first sport because your mom wanted you to play rugby. Your dad wanted you to play football, but you said, I don't know if this information is true, you said that you were very thin as a kid to play rugby, so for this reason you started to play football. Is that true?
Exactly.
Okay.
You know, my mum's side, all my cousins, brothers and sisters, they're very big and genetically big, but I think I got some of my dad's genes and I was very tall and very thin as a young kid. So no, I decided to give up on rugby and try football, and it's been working out so far.
Yeah, but rugby is very popular in New Zealand. Everybody knows the amazing New Zealand rugby team and the haka dance because the haka dance actually, and the haka is a song, right? Is a way of singing, is not only a dance, but actually is a symbol of community, right?
Yes.
And symbol of strength.
Yes. Yeah, so it's exactly like that, and I think it's a beautiful thing because they do it before each game.
Okay.
You can see the passion and the fire in the players' eyes. Unfortunately, we don't do it as football players, but they do it as a rugby team, the All Blacks. So you know, when you go watch it live or watch it on TV, you get the goosebumps. And but yeah, it's definitely a huge cultural identity for our country.
It's like mandatory to learn haka at school in New Zealand. I heard that is mandatory. Everybody's like
yeah. We each school has their own unique haka.
Really?
Every school. So we learn it from a young age, and we perform it at school for different types of events. Before the rugby players go out for their game, we welcome them with a haka. We also do it for funerals, and also weddings, events of celebration. So it's a diverse identity for our country, and it's really cool to be identified with that in Europe, you know.
Okay, yeah, it's very nice. It's a part of your identity. So
Exactly.
you said everything now. Okay, let's come back to the basics. Let's talk about football, because I said before that you started to play football because you said that you were a little bit thin at that age.
Yeah.
And I was, like, as I told you, I was researching, and I would like to mention the World Cup when New Zealand was playing against Brazil. And that was a very important moment for you, because in that occasion, a lot of scouts were there and they saw you.
Yeah.
And was that maybe the stepping stone in your career or not?
For sure. I think I was trying to focus just on the game and itself and doing well for my country, and I was pretty oblivious to the opportunities that could have come from having a good game, especially against, you know, the best nation in our generation, which was Brazil. They went on to win the World Cup. And yeah, I was very fortunate to just stay in the present and play a good game. And to my unknown knowledge, there was a few scouts watching the game, and yeah, I think that was the turning point in my career where opportunities started to open up for me to come to Europe, and yeah, it was incredibly grateful for that opportunity.
Yeah, was it after that you came to Denmark? But before talking about Denmark, I need to say something, because a few days ago you received an award. You were awarded as the best young football player from New Zealand, so congratulations for that.
Thank you so much.
Are you happy?
Yeah, very happy. No, it's nice to be recognized for that. I think these small awards is recognition not just for me, but, you know, my family, the hard work they helped me with to get me to where I am now, and also my teammates. So it's a really nice award, and I'm really happy with it.
Great. No, great. Well, congratulations, Michael.
Thank you.
Good job.
Thank you.
That's, you know, it's nice from time to time to receive an award, to be awarded, because you have the confirmation that you're doing good. I mean, you know that you're doing good. You see the results, but from time to time, it's nice to see that you have like a motivation. I was mentioning Denmark, and that was your first experience in Europe. And was let's say, I think the timing was bad in that occasion. Even if you did good, but it was Corona time, and you didn't experience maybe Europe in the proper way in that occasion. So do you remember the period?
Yeah, no, it was a really difficult time, because it was the first time me leaving my family.
Okay.
And not having a return flight, so not knowing when I'm going to see them again. And then Corona hit, so you also have that in the back of your head of, I hope my family is okay, and first and foremost, and then also my situation with football, like what's going to happen? Am I going to be able to play here in Copenhagen? Or are they going to sign me or not? So a lot of unknowns came about with Corona, and I actually had to go home, back to New Zealand, and 2 weeks after just arriving in Copenhagen, the whole world was at a standstill, so I wasn't sure what was going to happen, and I just continued doing my football and enjoying it, practicing, like you said, improving, and just focusing on, you know, potential future things to come up. And I was very fortunate enough for Copenhagen to come back in the summer and ask me to finish my trial. So I was very happy with that and very grateful.
Your dad gave an interview at that moment, and he said that he was very sorry that he couldn't follow your games because he never missed one Saturday. And he never missed the game, so even from that point of view it was very difficult. But tell me, after Denmark, this experience here in Serbia, okay, you said, I want to come to Serbia because it's a nice opportunity, Zvezda is a big team, and it's a nice way to reconnect to my roots. But how do you feel to be a Zvezda player? That's the important thing.
I feel incredibly privileged.
Okay.
I think this club I've known about for a long time. I knew my dad was from Serbia, so obviously I followed a bit of teams from Serbia, and Red Star is historically and by far the biggest and best team in Serbia for a long time. So just to be able to say that I'm a player for Zvezda is
nice.
it's a huge privilege, and I get goosebumps saying it because I'm just so happy here and I'm really enjoying it.
Oh, it's it. Zvezda fans gonna love this. Actually, gonna love this. And do you have a favorite player from Zvezda? Do you have because you know this club played a lot of big legends like Siniša Mihajlović, like other players, Dejan Stanković.
Yeah.
But do you have a favorite Zvezda? Do you have a favorite Serbian player?
Serbian player, you know, the Serbian players, I think the country itself is so diverse in its sports as well. Like I have to mention Djokovic, I know he's not a football player, but we are big fans of tennis, so we followed him. But if we're keeping it in the realms of football, I think Dejan Stanković was a huge influence to me, and I really looked up to him and loved the way he played.
So this season was a roller coaster, let's say it like this. I would like to talk about you playing Europe, playing the Champions League and playing the Super League. So was a lot of things happened. And let's talk first about the Champions League. You had the chance to play against amazing teams and to gain experience, let's say it like that. Unfortunately, you didn't go forward, but it was a nice experience, right?
Yeah, it was definitely, you know, you're on the biggest stage of the world with football, Champions League, and so it's a huge honor to be able to represent a big club like Zvezda on this stage. Of course, we had set our goals before the Champions League had started and we haven't achieved them, so there's something to look forward to in the next year to hopefully improve on and set new goals and be able to achieve those by the end of next year. Or next season. So overall it was a huge learning curve, I think, not only for me but for everybody as a team, as a club. So I think there's a lot of positives to take from it as well. Yeah. As
I said before, you gain experience. So, on the other hand, in the Super League, you played against Partizan, the biggest rival.
Yes.
And I think the atmosphere, you know, the vibes you have during that game are something out of the world. So what's your opinion?
Yeah, definitely. Nothing I've ever experienced before, and I played in derbies in Denmark, in Copenhagen versus Brøndby. It's a big derby, but there's a different feeling about this one. You can feel the passion from the fans. The atmosphere is on fire, and everybody is on their toes. So it was definitely a crazy experience, and I'm just so happy we could give the fans back something, a good result for them.
Okay, how would you describe the fans? Can you describe them with one word? I know it's difficult. But
I mean, there's so many words, but I would say amazing.
Can you tell me that in Serbian?
Odlično.
Bravo, bravo, Marko. Super. Great. But you know, before, when I asked you, what's your favorite Serbian player? You said, I like Stanković, but I like Djokovic. And why I'm mentioning this? Because this is a sports country. So you can see this everywhere. You have a lot of pitches, a lot of courts, especially, you know, basketball. I don't know if you were watching Zvezda and Partizan playing basketball this season. I don't know if you're a basketball person, but even there you can see this vibe. And everybody in Europe are a little bit jealous because we have this. So I'm glad that you're admitting that we're good. We have amazing fans.
Yes, for sure. No, I've been to a couple of basketball games. I didn't manage to attend the derby, but I've watched them in the EuroLeague and some league games, and they're a phenomenal team. And unfortunately, results didn't go so well for them this year, but I'm sure next year they'll bounce back. Okay,
but did you have during this season a funny situation with some of the fans that you would like to share with us? You know what I mean? Because fans are very crazy here, very attached to players. Did you have maybe a funny situation? Something that would you like to share?
Oh, there's been a few, you know, like I remember after the derby, we were driving out and I'm trying to avoid as much traffic as possible, but I'm going onto my street and there's a roundabout and 2 cars stopped me and I was like, oh no, am I gonna get jumped or something? And then it was 4 teenagers screaming, Marko Stamenić, Marko Stamenić, and they come out of their cars and I'm in my car still freaked out. And they just asked, možeš slika, you know, can I take a photo? And we had a nice interaction, and no, it was a funny story. But the fans here are really nice, you know, it's never too invasive, and they're very nice, and you can see the passion and the love that they have for the players and for the club. So it's a nice interaction with the fans.
You're a part of the family, so players are part of the family.
Yeah.
So now we're talking about fans, but can you choose your favorite game with Zvezda this season? I'm not only talking about atmosphere, a game where you were very satisfied, a game when you go out of your limits. I don't know if you understand what I mean.
Yeah. No, I think definitely the derby game against Partizan when we won 3-2 in the last minutes.
Okay.
I think that game had all the emotions a game could have. The ups and downs, the pain, but also the amazing joy it came out of this game at the end when we had won the game, and it also gave us some comfortability in the league, going 3 points more from Partizan. But just the whole experience in itself was just something I couldn't really describe to you because it was amazing.
Football is a lot of emotions. So sports means emotions. And now you were mentioning the happiness, the pain, everything. But I have a question. When you have like a bad day, a bad moment, it can happen to have a bad series. We are human beings in every job, in every sport. That's completely normal. But how do you overcome problems? When do you find the motivation to push again? To go again
No,
forward?
for sure. No, I think that comes with every player and every sport. It's full of ups and downs, and I've definitely had my downs here, and even in Zvezda as well, with injuries, with playing time. But I think for me, I always just focused on training because training is the one thing that will help you be prepared for the games. And I just like to take care of myself off the field to make sure I'm happy off the field, out of football as well, because life is, for me, football, but it also, you have to separate yourself from football sometimes. So I like to spend time with my girlfriend, with my family when I have the time to, friends as well, and just take my mind off football. So I think that really helps me too. But then when I'm on the field, when I'm at training, I have 100% focus and intentionally looking to improve every day, I think is the biggest thing for me.
Yeah, that's definitely the correct mindset, definitely. And tell me now, because this season you changed 2 coaches. So you started with Bakar, and after that Milovic came. So can you compare Zvezda with Bakar and now with Milovic?
Yeah, I think we have a better understanding now with our new coach. He understands the league, the culture. He's Serbian, obviously. So I think the Serbian players and also the foreigners, we have a sort of good relationship with everyone. We're all involved as one. You can see it in the results and the way we play now in this half of the season. But I think overall we just decided mentally we need to step up our game, because what happened in the first half of the season was ultimately down to the players. We can say the coach, we can say the weather, we can say anything, but ultimately it was us. So I think from January onwards, we've just stuck forward to our training and focused completely, and you've seen that in our results, and now we've won the league.
Yeah, the league. Are you ready for the end of this season? So now everything will finish, and you need to, how to say, stay focused. And I always say that the regular season is one thing. The end of the season, when you're fighting for cups, for titles, is completely different.
Exactly.
Because everything can happen. So are you ready?
Yeah, for sure. No, we have one more trophy to win, and we don't want to leave with one empty hand. So we're definitely going to win for the cup as well.
Ovo Firmino? Ne bre, to je Soldado.
Saldanha, Sebo. Mateus Saldanha.
Registrujte se i mi vam poklanjam 11 puta po 2000 dinara. Plus svaki dan free spinovi, a utorkom loyalty cashback.
Nes Uzlova. Majke mi.
And we talk now a lot about football. We get to know you a little bit more, but I'm still not satisfied because I would like to ask another question.
Of course.
A last one to wrap up this interview, let's say like this. So, okay, we talk about your family, about New Zealand, about football, your career, your relationship with your family, but I would like you to tell us something that no one knows about Marko Stamenić. So can you share something with us? Give us something to understand you completely.
Oh, okay. That's a good question.
Oh, thank you, Marko.
Something that most people won't know is that I'm like to DJ, and I have different hobbies with to try to keep my mind off football.
Okay.
So music is one of those things, and obviously, you know, traveling around and exploring different parts of the world, and fashion is also a big part of my culture and my life, I think. Those are the two things that I really pride myself on.
Okay. But do you have a dream?
I have a dream just for my family to be healthy and happy.
Okay.
It's for us all to live a long and peaceful life, and obviously for me to optimize my football as much as possible. I think that's my dreams.
Marko, thank you so much. It was a pleasure to have this conversation with you. Now we wrap up this show in a different way. You have the camera, this camera right here, and you can send a message to your Zvezda fans.
Hello Zvezda fans. I just want to say thank you so much for your unconditional support throughout the season. I know there's been a lot of ups and downs, and you've been with us throughout the whole season. So for that, I thank you. I know my club and my fellow partners and players also thank you. So we got one more trophy to go, so let's do that.